Hey YouTubers, this is the Angry Gun Nerd here again. In case any of you ever wondered about my name, there's also a guy online named the Angry Nintendo Nerd, or the Angry Video Game Nerd. And I've been told I look just like him. So anyway, that's why I made my name, because I'm into guns. Not that I'm angry, but it's just kind of a play on his name there. Video for today. It's a Davis Model D22. This is a cheapy little gun. This is what they'd call a Saturday night special. Kind of a derogatory term for these kind of guns. But it's a cheapie. I paid $60 for this, new in box. It's new old stock from 1994. And I bought this from a guy in Reston, Virginia. And I don't know, this is a cheap gun. And I kind of collect these. I like inexpensive firearms. I like pocket guns, and this really fits both of those. And these guns, although they were originally made by Davis, they're currently being made by Cobra Enterprises out of Utah. They went and bought up a lot of Davis designs. They bought up all the Lorson and Republic Arms and a bunch of other ones. Anyway, I could still get all the parts for this if I wanted to, which is cool. They would just, the barrel would say Cobra on it, but everything just, would work on it. So, how you open it up is a little lever here. That's locked position, and that is the open position. So, barrel tips up. It's kind of awkward to handle when you're at the range because you're always supposed to keep the gun down range, but which part of the gun? I always put the barrel down range. Anyway, 22 long rifle, and there are no steel liners in this barrel. I think it's all Zamac aluminum, so I don't expect this barrel to last a long time. Then again, $60 gun, I really don't care. If I need to, I can go get another barrel from Cobra, brand new in box for something like 30 bucks. So, put a pair of 22 long rifles in there, and then you can close it up. And the way you get them out when you're done is you open it up, you push this right here, and this is your little ejector, extractor, whatever you want to call it. I guess it extracts them. So, also, let's take a look at these firing pins. So the way this gun works, it does not shoot both at the same time. It'll shoot one, and then it'll shoot the other. So there's a little cam inside here that does all kinds of crazy stuff. So anyway, you can see that's a firing pin right there, and then the other screw down at the bottom, there's another firing pin, but that one's not currently protruding. So if I can get a good picture here. Yep. So, anyway, you can close this up. It's hard to do this with one hand, folks. And it does sound cheap. Honestly, it sounds cheap. So basically, there's this little piece here on the hammer, and it's either up or down. And that really dictates what barrel it's shooting out of. And something tells me this is not dry fire safe, so I'm going to go ahead and not dry fire this. And then pull it back again. Sorry. And it's got this little black piece here on the hammer in a different position. And pull the trigger. Now, the trigger pull on this is just awful. I bet you it's 20 pounds. And there's no safety on this gun. Well, actually there is. There's a little crossbolt safety. I never use it. But the really terrible part about this trigger is that there's no really good way to put your finger on it. You've always been taught to pull the trigger with this part of your finger right here. Well, if you do that on this little gun, you're going to hurt your finger. You're not going to shoot very much. It's not going to be very much fun. So what I like to do when I'm shooting this gun, I am left-handed, but I'll do it with my right hand because I'm holding the camera currently, is instead of pulling the trigger with just the tip of my finger like that, or the first pad of my finger, I like to wrap my trigger finger around and then pull. And when I'm pulling that way, I'm pulling from about the middle right here. And it's actually a lot easier to group shots. Yes, I can group a little bit with this thing in a close range. And it's a lot easier to pull the trigger. So, I like it. It's cheap, it's fun, and I don't know. It's not something that I would rely on. I'd carry this as backup with my concealed permit, but this is not something I would rely on, honestly. It's not horribly accurate. It's really more of a conversation piece than anything else. And for $60, a great conversation piece. So if you can get your hands on one of these that doesn't look like it's been too abused or neglected or anything, I'd say go for it. Brand new, I've seen these gun shows for about $130 being sold by different vendors, made by Cobra. The old Davis ones, you don't really see them new in box anymore. But if you do, they have this ugly brown box. It looks very 80s, not 90s. You can get different grips and stuff. You can get all the parts you need for these things from the Cobra website, which is kind of cool. So, that is my video. I hope you enjoyed it.